I was that mom. I still am that mom. I'm that mom who jumps through a flaming hoop 8 feet off the ground for her kid. Honestly, I feel in my heart you are too. Now imagine that burning circle represents buying tickets for a mega pop star concert. You finally make it through the hoop, singed but relieved, only to find another fiery challenge, now 9 feet off the ground. I'm talking about Taylor Swift and her worldwide Eras tour. As I leapt through each challenge, I never expected I would relearn profound lessons. I never expected to find a new role model for young kids and their moms, and really so many people in the world. I never expected to relearn how to leave aside excuses and live for my values. And I'm not ashamed. Here's my story, which starts almost 2 years ago. Find the full transcript and more resources for physician moms at inspiredmommds.com/22. You're listening to Inspired Mom MDs with host Cindy Van Prague, helping physician moms take back control and prioritize what matters most so they thrive in private practice and at home. Hello, and thank you for listening. Now here's my story. When tickets went on sale for the Taylor Swift Eras tour, the first dibs were to go to her fans. They received a special code and a pre-sale date before the tickets were released to, well, the universe. Unfortunately, this date for her fans was on a weekday, which was a school day. Thankfully, I was home that day and agreed to log in, grab some tickets, and be on my way. My biggest angst was how many tickets to buy. That angst soon shifted to frustration when I logged into Ticketmaster. The screen showed that I was in a queue with 2,000 plus people ahead of me just to select seats. Wow, but okay, I thought. I did chores and work and just kept returning to my computer, keeping tabs on the line. The webpage had a little progress bar slowly creeping across the page, which kept me hooked on my progress. After maybe 1 to 2 hours, it's a little fuzzy now, it was my turn. As soon as I tried to pay, the tickets were gone. I repeated this several times with several different sets of seats, and they all disappeared in seconds. As soon as I put them in the cart, they became unavailable. At one point, I had to get in line again, and then that queue would pause, and this just went on for 6 hours until my daughter got home from school. It was a nationwide fiasco, and the media did not hold back scrutinizing Ticketmaster either. Were you part of that Ticketmaster roller coaster? So I resigned myself. I made a couple more attempts to buy tickets with the general population sale, an extra fan sale, and even through some family members. Basically, nothing worked, and resale prices on the third-party sites were ridiculous. Fast forward a year and a half, smack dab in the latter end of the actual tour. My family was in Amsterdam on a planned trip, and guess who was in town? Taylor Swift. My daughter was watching the resale prices, and they were a fraction of the cost in the US. So on a whim, we bought 2 nosebleed obstructed view seats, and 2 days later, we're sitting there in the stadium watching the countdown clock to the start of the show. I'm not going to lie, I teared up a little when Taylor made her entrance. I just couldn't believe after all these hours and days of trying to get my daughter to this show, we were actually here. It was real, and she was ecstatic, and it felt like a huge mom win. I bet you can relate. Okay, so the story so far is a little predictable, but there's more. We were back home maybe 2 weeks when I read this article about the cheapest Eras Tour tickets being in Germany. Curious, I checked. Holy cow, I could get floor seats along the stage for almost what we paid for those nosebleed seats in Amsterdam. I secretly checked airline tickets and fantasized that I could buy 2 tickets, hop on a plane to Germany with my daughter, and be back in 4 days. And I had a small break in work. I could do this. So I jokingly brought it up with my husband and daughter with this, can you imagine, look on my face. Okay, I'll wrap this up. We ended up flying to Warsaw, Poland a week later. 2 left floor seats in our email box, and this time we had time to shop for an outfit and buy earplugs. Key. The trip, the concert, the view, they were fantastic and memorable. Once home again, I was reading the news and saw a reported terrorist threat to Swift fans for her next stop after Poland in Vienna. So 3 shows in Vienna had to be canceled. Other Swiftie moms found out at various stages, just as they're boarding their plane to Austria or just as they were settling into their hotel. How utterly shocking. I felt for all of these families and the mix of emotions they felt, from anger to frustration to gratitude that they were unharmed. There's so much planning and anticipation and excitement around attending one of these concerts, whether it was months or just spur of the moment. It really takes much less energy to find an excuse and just not go through this all, right? There's so many justifiable reasons for not searching high and low for concert tickets. It's expensive. I don't want to take the time off, or I already tried and it just didn't work. It's not going to work. But in the end, it was all up to me. I made it happen. So what did I learn or relearn from this whole experience? And this applies to you too. Here they are. Number 1, you deserve this. You deserve a plane ticket, a beautiful city, an unforgettable experience with your family. You deserve to make memories of your choosing that resonate with what's most important to you. For me, that was to create a moment that brought both my daughter and I to tears, which just doesn't happen very often. Number 2, if something is important to you, you can make it happen. Find that window of opportunity and pounce on it. You are already intelligent and resourceful and goal-driven. It's just a matter of where you choose to apply your skills. And sometimes that means playing the long game to win. And the third lesson that I relearned, things absolutely don't turn out the way you plan, but you pivot. I like to think of a hiker that plans a trek up this beautiful trail, and at the end is a breathtaking vista, which you just can't appreciate until you round the last bend. But life, ever so unpredictable, has other plans. A fallen tree, a sudden storm, or an unexpected detour can force a change of course. Yet it's often these unplanned diversions that offer the most stunning vistas, or these hidden waterfalls, or secret meadows. You find beauty when you just keep going. Persistence wins the game when circumstances allow. It did for me, but it only took about 15 months. I never dreamed I would hop on a plane for a concert. That's just not who I am. Or wait, I guess it is now. I've changed so much in this last year and a half, from wondering if I would even see this Eras Tour concert to becoming a full-fledged Taylor Swift fan myself. The more I listened to her lyrics and followed her career and the strength of her comebacks, her generosity towards humans, and her brilliant talent, I gained respect for this woman. I am a Swiftie mom, and I'm not ashamed to say it. So embrace life and grab those fleeting opportunities. You deserve it. You can make it happen when it's valuable to you. As I'm getting older, I use more of my energy minimizing regrets. And I don't regret that I didn't get those tickets like a year and a half, 2 years ago. I tried. I just don't want to regret not trying. Don't forget to join me next week for another dose of support and inspiration. Until then, take care of yourselves and take care of those who matter most. It's time to take control and thrive. Thank you for tuning in to Inspired Mom MDs. Please share with other physician moms and leave a review if you found value from this podcast.